Oh, my hearties, Dinky-Doo, a very good evening to you, and welcome, I say. You're watching Scottie McClue, and we're live on YouTube just for you, absolutely live as you like. Welcome, I say. If you've just joined us, which of course many of you have, then a very, very warm welcome to you. Saturday night, nothing gets past me, you see. And so much to talk about tonight, so little time to do it, and I want your opinions tonight. I want to know what you're thinking about everything that's going on. So let's get a good discussion going, a good discussion happening. J-Dog says, Dinky-Doo, Scottie, how are you? J-Dog, hello. I hope we're not interfering with dinner time. Have you had your dinner yet? Or are you just about to have it? And you must tell us, of course, what it is tonight. So there you are. Saturday night, live on here. First thing we do is give us a like. So everybody like the stream, please. And apparently the like symbol is as plain as the nose on your face. I got told that last night, so I thought that was rather good, actually. What a great show today. God save the Queen, says J-Dog Gaming. Absolutely, J-Dog and Dinky-Doo. Always a good show. Hello, Scottie, says Abood. Abood, lovely to have you with us. Welcome, you top man. Wonderful, top student. And just had a nice, and Glenn mentions a proprietary foodstuff. So there we are. Excellent. I am glad you have had that and you're ready to do business. Now, guys, remember you'll never, ever get anything as good on television, radio, online as you will get with Scottie McClue, because it's all about you and we have a proper discussion. That's what we like. So there you are. Proper chat. Wonderful. More likes. Come on, I need lots more likes. So we need to tell 10 to tell 10. Here, the wonderful Betty McIver's joined us. Dinky-Doo, looking forward to another wonderful show. Another great show, says Betty. Tony's joined us. Evening. Tony. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, says Andy Groves. Sorry for mentioning the product. Not at all, Glenn. No, you're not to know. Editorial decisions. Wonderful. Evening all, and to you, Scottie. Good evening, Jerry. Lovely to have you with us. Evening all, and to Jerry. Evening, Lord McClue, says the Archie. I'm just about to have my dinner, Scottie. And it's lovely pepperoni pizza from the supermarket, though, not a takeaway. Proper pizza, so they pile it on, make it for you while you are there and watching, yes? Excellent, we like that. Wonderful stuff. Welcome, every day. Now, I'm just going to do a bit of sharing, so you can all do the same, of course. That's how it happens. And I think we'll make this the place to go every night, but Saturday night as well. So there we are. But do tell me if you ever get fed up with the live streams, do let me know. Not a problem either way, and delighted to have you with us. Did you see it scheduled, by the way? Do let me know. Best show going. Good evening, sir. A wee rest tonight. Back at my usual place on Monday night. James, you deserve a wee bit peace and quiet. You're a hard-working man. So there we are. Fantastic. Evening, Lord McClue. Watching Alan Carr's Take Your Pick. Remember the Des O'Connor show. And maybe somebody else as well, if I remember, before my time. Glenn, there was before your time. Now, who can tell me who originally did Take Your Pick? I'm looking for the presenter and the voiceover as well. Do you like scheduling your streams now, Scottie? What do you think, J-Dog? I had to find it out for myself, though, because you think you've lost it, and then it was sitting in a wee box at the top. And the first one I did, I wasn't sure if I should switch it off or leave it on, you know, that sort of stuff. So there we go. That's just, it's just a generational thing, J-Dog. To you, it will just be a walk in the park. So there we are. Jerry Nichols says, I don't know, the predictive text has taken over. Yes, see, you're on the right track, Jerry, but see if you can autocorrect it. Tony says, was it Bruce Forsyth? No, it wasn't Bruce Forsyth. So there we are. It was somebody, I think, before your time, Tony. So there you go. So back a bit. Guys, has everybody clicked like? We need all the likes right away. Everybody liking the stream. ASAP, I say. Right, I'm just going to go back onto this. That's it. Wonderful stuff. And we'll get the sharing started, of course. So no, not Bruce Forsyth. Anybody else fancy go? Jerry's corrected it. Yes, Michael Miles. So there you are. Very, very slick broadcaster. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Take a Pick. There we are. And then you say, but first to describe the prizes, Bob Danvers Walker. Thank you, Michael. Our prizes tonight. There we are. Liked and shared, Scotty. The wonderful Kareem has joined us. Welcome, welcome, Kareem. Lovely to have you with us. Tell 10 to tell 10. Tell 10 to tell 100 to tell 1,000. I'd love to see these figures go right up. So there you are. It'll take a wee while, but we will get them there. Liked and shared. If everybody can like. Very important. Share. And, of course, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And this, of course, is the place to be on a Saturday night or any night of the week, watching Scottie McClue. Can you do magic, says Jaffa? Of course I can. Absolutely. No problem at all. So there we are. I don't have any rabbits up my sleeves, though, but I do have a few hairs. Ha! Did you like that one? Fantastic. I think it was Michael Miles. Yes, Tony, it was Michael Miles. James says, not been too well with my psoriasis today. I didn't know you had the psoriasis, James. I'd forgotten that. I think you did tell me. Ended up at NHS 24 for an infection in the leg. This show is a wee pick-me-up. Bless you. Well, I am also a psoriasis man. So I understand. Can you see a little bit there, James? There you go. And I support you 100%. I know how quick it can flare up. Can't believe it's your 20th podcast tomorrow. I know. J-Dog, what do you think? Because you represent the young generation up and coming, and you represent the highly intelligent end of our young generation. So there we are. Do you think it is a goer? I'll tell you. Also, tell me what you think. I've hashtagged the title of the World's Top Talk Show. What do you think? Does that make it easier to find? So there are always open to a wee bit of advice, but I know you're dashing off for a pepperoni pizza quite soon. Scotty, are my messages coming through? They are, Kareem. Yes, we've already read one out. So there we are. So all is well. More likes, please, everybody. Like, as soon as you possibly can. Now, I need to get... What I need to do, I've added that to the liked videos. I need to get this one round here. So there we are. So, J-Dog, if you spot something and you think, yes, the old fella should be doing that, then that's always good stuff. Highly educationalists, we're all on this podcast. Yes, Scotty, that should make it way easier for people to find. Excellent, J-Dog. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. And hashtags in the titles of the videos as well. Does that help? So there we are. Wonderful. And, of course, we've got a subscribe through every video now. So, that should help a little bit as well. People watch a video, say, I like it, and they hopefully will subscribe. Very highly educational, Jerry Nicol. And, of course, you're contributing. You see, we're all educating each other on here, which is marvelous. So it's a learning. It's a win-win situation. And it's the place to be, as I say, on a Saturday night. Right, I'm just going to share... I'll share onto the YouTube site right away, of course, and I'll say we are live now. So, Scottie, what am I doing here? Scottie McClue live new. Scottie McClue live new. There we are. It's gone out, and we'll see what happens. I'll just put at YouTube. Lovely. At YouTube. Right. And I'm going to post that. And that should go up and just remind people. Excellent stuff. You forgot to put legend in today's title. Well, J-Dog, I'll pop it in at the end. You see, I've got more room at the end than I have on the beginning, if you know what I mean. Tony says, just getting over a horrible scabies infection. I think I may have a weakened immune system. What's the best way to boost the immune system? Well, to eat well, of course, Tony, and to keep up your vitamin C. Not too much. Everything's a balance, you see. Scottie, I was at Prestwick Beach there with the dogs. Blue sky, the sun's out. Back now in Newton Mearns. And it's dull, lol. But you're on, Scottie, so it's all good. Remember, the sun is always shining when Scottie McClue's live. Absolutely. We bring you the sunshine. Bring me sunshine. There's Death. Now, Death, I would suggest you change your title. I think that would make it far more acceptable to the other streamers. You don't have to act the big man on here. Everybody's the big person on here, so not a problem. So I would change that, Death. But all right, Scottie boy, he says. Yes, you spelt Scottie with a Y. It's an I-E, but fine. Yes, I understand, Scottie. Of course you do, J-Dog. You're a very clever man. So there we are. Excellent. Right. I need to do a bit more sharing and see what's what. So where have we shared? Oh, yes. I'll tell everybody on YouTube. I've told them on YouTube, sorry, I'll tell them on Facebook that we're live, and I'll tell them on LinkedIn. And off we jolly well go. Excellent stuff. I was talking to a young person during one of my lectures, and they said to me, I said, what do you watch on television? They said, nobody watches television. It's wonderful, isn't it? But everybody watches YouTube, you see. Very, very popular. So do tell everybody. Now, I'm just going to share on the old LinkedIn. So there we are. And I'll just put Scottie McClue live now. I don't think I'll go for the big. I think it's easier to read if you don't go for too much writing. Do you think so? Scottie McClue is live now. And there we are. You see the wizard of the big switchboard could be doing all this, letting me get on with the discussion. It's live now, and I'll just put that up there. And I'll send this out and see if it gets round to somebody. All right, so that's what we're doing. I've not been too fancy. I used to put quite a lot of blurb, but I haven't put any blurb in tonight, so we'll see how that gets round. Got to pop off for dinner, Scottie. Au revoir, J-Dog. Merci, monsieur. And we'll see you plus tard. We'll see you much later, no doubt. Do not rush that pizza. Yum. There we are, pepperoni pizza. Ah, yes, the no game on Take Your Pick. The yes, no game. Yes, that's right. Oh, I'm out. So there we are. Off to play the yes, no game with Mrs. Mac. So there we are. And who wins? We like to hear that. Who wins? Wonderful. Right. Now, that should be okay. That's up right now on the LinkedIn. So we'll see if anybody finds it. It's finding it. This is hide and seek on here sometimes. If you've just joined us, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue. We're live on YouTube just for you, live streaming 2 hours of superb, scintillating information, education, and entertainment for not just one nation, but for all nations, all coming together live here on YouTube on a Saturday night at 8:15 British Summer Time. So that will be 3:15 Eastern Daylight Time if you've just joined us. Mrs. Mac always wins, absolutely. So how was your day today, Scottie? What did you get up to? Karim, a day of domestication. So there you are. So quite a lot done round the house, thank goodness. And I've got a table. And I thought it was a solid wood table, but it's got a surface on it. So I'll need to get what's called furniture cream. Hold on a second. Just a very, very quick comfort break, just to see that all is well. The Archie says, Scottie, with all the pounds Kareem and Co are generously giving you, you could buy a chimpanzee to do the switchboard. Well, I wouldn't buy an animal because that would be trading in animals, the Archie. But a chimpanzee, I think I'd love a chimpanzee as a pet. But all animals can be quite mischievous once they get an idea of what's happening. Great to see you, Scottie. Dinky-Doo. Good evening to all, says the wonderful Ian Quinn, who's just joined us. Excellent, Ian. Welcome, welcome. Archie. Kareem's laughing. What's a chimpanzee, says Jerry Nicol. Exactly, Jerry. A guy posted the other day on social media, and he said, you know, I'm being bothered by squirrels. This wee monkey came over to me, and he put a picture of the squirrel, and I said, I think you'll find that's a squirrel. A monkey's totally different. So there we are. Hello, Scottie, tuning in from the lorry tonight. Just about to start my journey down to Manchester. Take my love to Manchester. I lived in Manchester. And back to be with my Jane. Surely I could do that in no time with how fast I go. What's the earliest you can do Manchester? Just over 4 hours, is it? 4 hours to Manchester, is that about right? We did a live stream today and had 6,700 viewers. Well, you would, Fiona, very popular with what you do, I say. So well done. And the next time you'll be getting a lot more. But 6,700 is excellent. The most I've had's 30,000, I think. So there we go. Excellent stuff. But that's very, very good. 6,700. Because, Fiona, you've got to remember there's so much media around that, you know, once you divide the population, you fragment the audience. That's the best way I could put it. And I'm very grateful for the crumbs at the table that McClue gets, you see. And bearing in mind, everyone doesn't know we're on. So there'll be people going, I never knew anything about that, you know, because we're building it up, just a wee bit of sharing here and there. A few hundred people, thank you for that. There we are. Even if one or two are gathered together, it is tremendous. So there we are. I'm going to post now on the Facebook. Did you hear about the monkey trainer? He was fed up getting paid peanuts. Did you hear about the elephant that was called Nuts? And people used to say up nuts, down nuts. And then a boy in the crowd shouted out, peanuts. So there we are. Fantastic. Come around selling the peanuts. Right. Yes, that's the right one. Just had to concentrate. I had to centrate. I did it in 3 hours 30 in the 90s. It's a different thing. See, in those days, you could do Glasgow to Perth in about an hour. All gone. Bad joke there. No, not bad joke. Just, what shall we say? You're capable of stronger jokes. So nothing bad about it. I was saying on it till 10 to till 10, and it's the big one, Facebook Live. Fiona, you are a very, very kind man. If you are doing that, that is extremely good of you. But 6,700's not to be sneezed at. Imagine if you were a priest at Mass and 6,700 turned up. There we are. I remember sitting at the table with a very famous actor, and I said, when you were in the theatre, you must have performed to 400, 500 in many houses. He said, oh, yes, yes. Well, less than that sometimes. You know, we're talking about it. And I said, well, I did a wee pop-up just before I came out, and 3,000 joined me. And he said, oh, yes, but that's a different thing. And his wife said, darling, as if to say, Scottie is a famous man, you know. What do you call a train that sneezes? A choo-choo train. Very, very good, Pat. Safe journey. So there we are. Best to go hands-free, no watching McClue. I suppose it is still legal to listen if you turned off the vision. I don't know, because it's like the radio, isn't it? Should we have radios in cars nowadays? Are they a distraction? I ask you. Scottie, giveaway night tonight. Here it comes, says Kareem. What are you doing, Kareem? Stop. Now, Kareem, no more money because you've been very, 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 very generous. So there you are, a very, very generous man. What am I sharing here, guys? Oh, yes, I'm going to share to the big Scottie McClue page. That always makes a bit of a difference, I find, if we share to the big Scottie McClue page. I'll just say Scottie McClue is live now. That's all I'm going to say. I'm usually sending them all that information. I'll just put is live now. There we are. Scottie McClue is live now. That's good, isn't it? And that'll tell them. There you are. Now, right, so that's going to get sent off to the big group, Scottie fans. They love that. I was on there today and just sort of updated everything. So if you want to become a Scottie McClue fan, then you can. There's about 2,900, something like that. Kareem's just given me £1. He's tapped the dollar at the top. So there we are. Right, I've shared it. There we are. Kareem, thank you. Kareem has bought McClue 25 hot chocolates. Absolutely. Well, they need to be 4p each, the same price as a donut in Tunes of Glory. I think, Anthony, the yes, no game more down south at Westminster. The yes, no game. More down south at Westminster. Good one, Kareem, yes. People on Facebook, I presume, must remember you from the FM days, Scottie. People all over the internet remember. It's very, very interesting. And sometimes I'll be in a shop and I'll say, can I have 4 rolls, please? And some, excuse me, Scottie McClue. And it's just because I said, how did you know? It's the voice. As soon as you said, I thought, Scottie McClue. And you sometimes will get a delivery man at the door. You not so much now with COVID virus, but you'll get a delivery man at the door. And, it would say, can you just sign that? And I would say, right, where is it you want me to sign? You go, are you Scottie from the radio? It is seriously very strange because it's 28 years this week that Scottie McClue started at Red Rose Gold Radio in Lancashire, in Preston. 28 years. Can you believe it? Right, there we are. And we're at podcast 19 tonight. Podcast 20 tomorrow, God willing, weather permitting. Scottie is live now. So there we are. They'll get the link, won't they? Scottie is live now, and I'll just post that. There it goes. That's gone to the big Scottie McClue page, so that should let them all know. Scottie, can I ask you what year you started Scott FM? December 1994. There we are. It was very interesting. I phoned the managing director, and it happened to be probably the one managing director that didn't know me. And he said, no, we've got everybody we need. Thank you very much. And that was it. So I thought to myself, my goodness me. And anyway, then I got a call from the programmer who knew the show very well. And he said, do you come up to Scotland much? And I said, oh, yes, I come up to see my parents every month or so. He said, well, do you want to come up? When are you next stop? I said, well, probably in another 3 weeks. He said, well, do you want to come up earlier than that? And I said, well, when would suit you? He said, tomorrow. And that was it. And we did the deal. And I started on Scott FM, I think a week later. So I had to get my skates on. So it was December and it was Leith Docks. Can you imagine how cold that was? That's actually the origin of the Bonnet and Mitts. They got a picture for the Scotsman. There's wonderful Nicholas, Dinky-Doo Nicholas. And he gives me thanks. Best teacher, he says. I thank you, Nicholas. Dinky-Doo. Scottie, I would have been 12 when you started, so I wouldn't have had much conversation in me then. Kareem, I assure you, we had plenty of 12-year-olds used to ring Scottie McClue, and they could be a challenge. So they, both teachers and pupils, were sort of sleeping on their feet because they stayed up to hear Scottie McClue till 1 o'clock in the morning. 3 hours every single night. So there we are. Thank you, Nicholas. Lovely to hear from you. And Dinky-Doo, you top student. All my top students are coming on. Wonderful stuff. Now, we're very, very busy. So let me I'll do a wee bit more sharing while we can. And if you can all do the same. Guys, I need more likes. Somebody's forgotten to click like. Who has done it? Apparently the like symbol is as plain as the nose on your face. So come on, like it in like. There we are. And I'm just going to keep sharing if that's all right with you. Scottie, live now. Live now. Scottie live now. There we are. Wonderful. And remember that these are they're great rarities. I know you think, old McClue blethering on. McClue is rampant for likes and shares. Absolutely. Well, it's the lifeblood of YouTube. We need the likes and shares. Scottie's show used to be the topic of conversation at our school each morning. Like, says Shelley B in Sheffield. So there we are. You see what it is. I'm not sure if you quite realize, Fiona, but McClue has broadcast right throughout the country. So everybody has heard of Scottie McClue. And if you haven't heard of Scottie McClue, as we used to say, there must be something wrong with you. If you ain't heard of Scottie McClue, there's got to be something wrong with you. I remember my teachers telling me to say what I thought. When I did, I was told to keep my opinions to myself. I was confused. Yes, teaching could be confusing in these days. More likes, guys, please. Because I can remember being taught honesty was the best policy. And something happened in the school and the teacher said, who did this? And I said, I did. And she said, right, come out here, and hammered the life out of me. It was the best. We all loved Pride and Prejudice from Jane Austen. Oh, Nicholas, what a top man. Yes, Pride and Prejudice. Wonderful book. Wonderful time in life. So there we are. A national treasure, says Glenn Peacock. Oh, yes, Scottie McClue. National treasure. International treasure as well. So there we are. And Nicholas there was one of my international students. Budkaiser, we don't, and you need to change your tune, young man. So I've removed that comment. We don't do all that stuff, Budkaiser. We're very grown up here. This is different to anything else on the internet. This is Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. Yes, more likes, please. Thank you very much. And subscribe. So there you are. Nicholas, that's excellent. I am thoroughly glad that you enjoyed that. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. And I loved having you all in the lecture theatre. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic. Wonderful people. Now, more sharing. I'll share with some of the big groups now, I think, just to let them know. Jerry says, I preferred Miss Brodie. She was my teacher in Edinburgh. Would that be Jean Brodie, Jerry? So you wouldn't be one of her girls. So, but maybe you were la creme de la creme. So you might have been one of, on the music class. What was the name of the music teacher? Gordon Jackson played him. Wonderful. So Anthony says, you're a legend in your own lunchtime. You always do a great show. Thank you, Tony. That is very kind of you from a fellow broadcaster. Very much appreciated. Right, guys, come on, tell 10 to tell 10. Scottie McClue live now. Oh. My work is never done. No, I don't mind doing this. I'm not afraid of work. You know, we could have been down a mine, couldn't we? You know, and in the old days, that could have happened. More likes, please. Fantastic. If you've just joined us, everybody, you're watching Scottie McClue. We are, of course, live on YouTube just for you. So there you are. This is the world's top talk show. Feel free to come on Super Chat and tell us what you are thinking. Right, I need to share to one of the big groups. I'll share on another page that I manage. They like that. There we are. What about Scottie McClue, global radio and television producer? That's gone to that one. There we are. It's a shame. We should be able to just click once and share to everything. I like that. I was dressed as a lady in those days. Ah, Jerry, yes. Well, you don't need to tell every day. That's your private life. So wonderful. There are. Did you identify as a lady in those days. Now, what else have I got? Oh, yes. I can put that on there. It's wonderful. Share, share, share. More likes, please, everybody. What have we got? Oh, we're already 8:30. Can you believe it? Becoming a bit of a tea time routine for us now. The twins will associate your voice with getting fed. Oh, my goodness me. I'll have to come and visit and shout, tea time, everybody. There we are. Jamie S., lovely to have you with us. I know you prefer the later streams where you get the discussions on cars, Top Clutch. Do you remember old Elsie, who used to talk about you on Hallam and Magic? I do, Elsie, love. Yes, she was there, Scottie. I remember one night going quiet. I had a dafty on. And the dafty was going, well, I don't think you're giving me a proper answer and all this is going on about this. So I just went quiet. I was just ignoring. I was getting fed up and going, I know you're there. I know you're there. And all that stuff. Anyway, I then cut him off and went to break. And when I came back, this lady phoned, an elderly lady, and she said to me, she said, oh, Scottie, thank God you're all right. I said, why, what's up, love? She said, oh, I thought something had happened to you when I heard the silence. I said, no, darling, I was just having a laugh with that guy there, the Dafton. She said, oh, no, because I remember the night Mr. Cooper died. And it was Tommy Cooper, the comedian, who collapsed. And at first, the audience thought it was part of the act and the poor soul died. You know, that was Tommy Cooper. Gordon, are you still doing any work in the media, says Jerry. What do you think about broadcasters removing programs that have jokes about black people and race? Is it political correctness gone mad? I posted today, leave the movies, the television scripts, the plays, the statues, leave them alone. They're part of history. If you change them, you become a historical revisionist. That's dishonest. And, to say that one color of lives matters, all lives matter. So Scottie McClue is supporting hashtag all lives matter. All right, so there we are. That's my view on it. The wonderful Gordon Roddick has just joined us, an absolute top broadcaster. Hi, Scottie. I can't believe it's 30 years since we worked together at STV. Gordon, newsflash, and I know you'll like this. You like a newsflash. It's 35 years since we worked together at STV. I came up to STV in 1985. So there we are. I auditioned in 1980. And another very, very famous broadcaster auditioned with me. So quite interesting. So that's the thing. So 35 years, Gordon. Jerry's asking, Gordon, are you still doing work in the media? And Scottie, have you seen the R rates for COVID in England? Interesting seeing all areas and what level it's at. Scotland achieving the best results out of the lot. Well, yes, because what we've done in Scotland is the right thing. Crikey, Scottie, you don't look a day over 21. Absolutely, Glenn Peacock. Incredible. So there we are. I went to train in 1977 when I came out of banking and finance. So there we are, wonderful. Not now, Jerry, says Gordon. Well, I thought you were saying, don't discuss it just now. No, Gordon says he's not doing any media work at the moment. But that could all change because he looks extremely well. And it'd be wonderful to hear his voice again. In fact, Gordon might Skype us and have a wee chat if we behave ourselves. And you can hear this wonderful voice for yourselves. So there we are. Absolutely. Do you remember Gordon, Jerry? Wonderful newscaster, announcer, Scottish television, transmission controller, big boss, wonderful man, and also reading the news on Radio Scotland outstandingly well. Fast Pat, Dinky-Doo. Yes. Fianna's talking to Fast Pat. Scottie, have you any advice for the hotheads of England? Please, We don't want another swarm, do we? No, Glenn, my advice is listen to Scott. England should join the rest of the UK. That's my advice for England, right? Just do it, Fast Pat, says Fiona. Fiona, did you get the movie it's from? So there we are, fantastic. Quick comfort break there. You think I was on at Wimbledon, didn't you? Just do it, Fast Pat, just do it. So there we are. No, we don't, but I think that England should fit in with the rest of the UK. That would be their best bets. Wonderful. Shim, my friend, remember each morning opening each programme when I was a wee bit younger, Gordon? Absolutely, Jerry. That's wonderful. And can you remember what he used to say in the morning? Do you think there'll ever be an antidote to kill this evil virus, Scottie? I hope so, Kareem. But if not, things are going to change. So there you are. They already have changed a bit. But I also, now just beware of this, everybody. I don't want the mess that's going to be left over by Brexit. I don't want to see that mess get pinned on the coronavirus. Oh, that water's lush. We might need another of these tonight, I'll tell you. Scottie, people who are against government procedures will get the punishment they deserve. They only have themselves to blame. I know, Glenn, but a lot of people are not terribly bright. There were people on a discussion program the other night that I listened to on a talk station. And the presenter, I believe, is no longer at that talk station, which was rather sudden. So there we are. Kareem, don't fall for the vaccination. So there we are. They want to microchip us all. We can't actually say the actual person, Fiona, because we are international. But I see what you mean. So I've just taken that out, just an editorial decision. So what, no, you don't know what's in vaccines and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very strange. But I do hope that we can find ways around it. But what I was going to tell you, yes, on this talk station, there's a woman no, it's not that, Fiona. It's other people are. You know, that's the point. It doesn't just go for the person who's mentioned. That's not a secret vodka you're having. Tony, you know I don't partake of a refreshment anymore. So there we are. If you just joined us, folks, welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you with us. You're watching Scottie McClue, the World's Top Talk Show, and we're live streaming live on YouTube just for you. Please go and tell 10 to tell 10. Nobody will care, Scottie. You're paranoid. Fiona, remember, I know the law, you don't. So there we go. It's not a question of being paranoid, it's a question of doing it properly. So there we are. I can remember a rugby internationalist taking us for training, and somebody did a forward pass, and he stopped us. He said, forward pass. Then somebody did another one, and he stopped the game. He said, guys, we either do it properly or we don't play at all. And I think it's the same with broadcasting. We just do it properly. Scottie, we don't suffer fools gladly. Me personally, I'm not impressed with the way our government's dealt with this ordeal. Yes, I think there's too much casual going on. But what I was going to say, this lady on the talk show the other night says, let's get back to normal. Let's get out there. Forget all this lockdown. Get back to normal. And I said, by normal, I take it you mean possible death. Yes, because that's how real it is. And the number of people who don't get it, I shake my head. You know, knowers of nothing. So there we are. Don't go anywhere where there's any risk if you can avoid it at all. All right, very important. Otherwise, para-ripping from you. So there we are, para-ripping. What's that, ripcord? Are you a para? Do you do para jumps? Fantastic. Scottie, do you think capital punishment should be introduced back into Scotland? I know this is a touchy topic for some people. Capital punishment, Kareem. Yes. By that, what do you mean? Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Fiona, yes, I know what you mean. It'd be lovely, but we can't really talk about that. You know, there needs to be certain guarantees in place before you talk about that. So that's the sort of stuff that gets taken down. Scottie, define normal. I can't, Glenn. There is normal is a fairly innocuous word. It's the same as the word nice. So there are. Capital punishment should be used for pedophiles. Behead them. Well, Fiona, a lot of people would probably agree with that, but I don't know if we want to go back to beheading when you think that it was the left-wing parties that put an end to hanging. So there we are. They reckoned it wasn't terribly humane. Mind you, as you say, you know, the punishment should fit the crime. It doesn't help when you have the Prime Minister's top man breaking or bending the lockdown rules. I know I'm not allowed to mention his name, but people know exactly who he is. Well, I think we know who you mean. Yes, you can say that. Boot camp for troublemakers. Yes, the Archie. That's very, very fair. So there we are. So, I mean, who would like to see the death penalty come back, and for what? That's what we'd like to know. Fiona has already raised that, the paedophilia, and, you know, that's obviously perhaps the severest crime, murder one, that sort of thing, you know. So we need to be looking into all these things and discussing it. So boot camp, says the Archie. What form should boot camp take? More sharing, guys. More likes, please. And more sharing. All right. Very, very important. I'm just in the middle of sharing. You guys are a distraction to me. You're a distraction. Right. There we are. Shared. Share. Excellent. Good. Right, we're sharing that. Wonderful stuff. I can probably put a wee comment on there, and that's that, and I'll stick it on there. Right. Wonderful. Excellent stuff. Now, was the death penalty not abolished because innocent people were getting executed? Well, this is the problem. You can't bring them back. And when I went down to Lancashire, the last hangman he passed away while I was there. Albert Pierpoint. He ran a pub in Southport. So there we are, Albert Pierpoint. And he used to get fined 1 shilling for manslaughter, I think was the punishment. But he was such an expert with the rope. He would look in the wee window in the cell. I don't want to put anybody off their wheat bangs. More likes, please. He would look in the little window in the cell and he would size up the prisoner. And then he'd say, right, so that's fine. And he was a cigar smoker. And when it came to the moment of execution, he would put his cigar in the ashtray, and he knew he would be back before the ash fell on the table. That was the way he judged himself. And then he would run into the cell and he would get hold of the prisoner and he would say, don't worry, old fellow, we'll soon have you sorted. And on with the hood and the rope and boomf. And the poor old prison staff, because usually the executions was at 5 in the morning or 8 in the morning. Can't remember the exact time. But, you know, the prison staff, the senior staff, they really just had a stiff dram, you know, because very difficult for any human being to have to deal with it. I support national service, says Kareem. So many people messaged back against it, basically mollycoddling their kids. Problem of today's society and future layabouts. Is anybody up for conscription, national service? Fiona, what about you? Would you do your national service? There we are for the mother country. See what you think. Yes, Kareem, especially when there's no work, says Jerry Nichol. So people are agreeing with Kareem there. Excellent stuff. You're getting agreement, Kareem. So I can't say that you've got it wrong or anything like that. People are in agreement. There we go. Now, share to all your gaming chums every day. Has everybody liked, please? And have you subscribed? Have we got all subscribers watching? So there we are. If you want to join in tonight's debate, we're discussing everything, actually. But we brought up capital punishment. So there we are. What do we think about that, I ask you? Now, I'm just going to share here to a group. This is when it gets, you have to box clever, as they say. There we go. That's that one gone up. And I'll just put the favourite, shall I? Scottie McClue live. Oh, that was interesting. Yes. There we are, live now. Good. Right, that's gone up, and I'll post it. Excellent, folks. And if you can all do the same, sharing and sharing, liking and liking and liking. Max, happening, says Scottie McClue. Scottie McClue, you need to change that title because it's copyrighted and we don't want you getting bothered over it. So if you can change your title, happening, Scottie. Yes, Kareem, when there's no work, could you give a few words for Connor? He recently got married, says Max. Well done, Connor. And, of course, he won't have been able to get married during the lockdown. So how recently was it? Scottie, will we be playing another clip tonight? Yes, we'll play a clip tonight, Kareem. I'll think of a funny. Very, very sad to see Robert the Bruce's statue being vandalised. His only crime, he was a proud Scottish nationalist. Protesters crossed the line when they vandalised property. You should never vandalise property. And this is where I have quite a gripe with protesters. It attracts anarchists. And we have to watch that. So I think maybe the death penalty might be a bit strong, but something very serious for vandalizing a statue, for vandalizing UK property. Yes, because ordinary people have scrimped and saved to buy these statues and to contribute, you know. Sorry, we'll change it, Blair. Yeah, do, Scottie, because you don't need it. You're much cleverer than that. And this is for clever people, not for dafties, and you're not a dafty. I wouldn't bring back corporal punishment as I would find and the innocent, well, there's corporal, but if it had been a really serious incident, would have been hanged. Don't quite get that, Jerry. I think the predictive text has taken over your life there, La. Corporal punishment is like the cane in school or something. So it's, capital punishment is the death penalty or a very, very serious penalty. How about bringing the belt back in schools as we're going out of the EC? Well, Magnus Hunter, I don't think they ever needed the belt in school, and they don't need it now. And the old teachers that say this is the problem, they take away the belt. Young people are really pretty well behaved in school because young people these days have serious challenges. So I don't know that we need a belt in school, I'll tell you that. So there we are. Mike Cox, I don't know what you've said there, so we'll just take it out. There we go. Life imprisonment for defacing history artifacts. That would put a stop to it. Yes, if you've graffitied a statue, then life imprisonment. So there you are. And life should mean life. Hello, Scottie, I'm back. Dinky-Doo. Welcome back, J-Dog. J-Dog, back me up here. People are asking, should we bring the belt back in school? And I'm explaining that young people nowadays are very, very well behaved in general. Would you agree with that? You're a young person. Kareem says, if you bring the belt back, it will never happen. Kids would batter you with the parents. Well, I don't know. I can remember explaining to young people that if we cheeked up to our teachers, you'd have got a slap right across the bus. And the young people saying, but we'd batter them. And this, I said, no, these guys were like commandos and they were built like brickens. You know what I mean? They used to just grab you by the hair and all that stuff. No problem at all. Anthony says, maybe they should call the army in when protesters misbehave. No, protesters need to be policed themselves. So we need to have proper marshals on these walks that say, now, there will be no graffitiing of anything. There'll be no criminal damage to shops. There'll be no taking on the police. There'll be no chucking things. There'll be no marching directly at the police and wagging the finger and all that sort of stuff. Just tell them straight. Time for a drink, Scottie, for you or for me, the Archie? I think I'll have one. Oh, that's absolutely lush. For you, or for me, yes. I've just had one, Archie. It's absolutely gorgeous. I might have to dash off, get another one. Yes, sorry, I was fined years ago, was innocent, but if it was a serious incident, I would have been hanged. Yeah, absolutely, Jerry. Also, the ToThe was evil. The belt's a horrible thing. I think so. Now, Jerry, you'll remember if you didn't know your RE, so somebody would say, who's the saint that we represent on such a day? Nico. Don't know, sir. Out. You know, all that stuff. And you knew you were going to get a hammering, didn't you? I'd mainly agree with you on that. People are well behaved, but you sometimes get a badly behaved bunch of people in class. The higher up you are in school, the more mature you are. J-Dog, absolutely. I mean, wouldn't it be wonderful? A class like your class, I'm sure they would be a joy to teach. There was a fight in the fish and chip shop. The fish got battered. The chips got assaulted. Are you sitting collecting the insides of Christmas crackers there, Tony? Has Mrs. Mac brought you back a big box of Christmas crackers saying they were going cheap because it's June? J-Dog, that depends on the school and the area it's in, says Kareem. So there we are. Lol, Scottie, says the Archie. Yes, I agree, Kareem, says J-Dog. So there you are. Yes, absolutely. But then again, a very challenged area, very challenged young people, so not really needing the belt. I can remember a very, very tough school in our town, and the teachers, they were big shouters. Brick shecht houses. Yes, Stuart Clark, they were. They were built like brick shecht houses. J-Dog, I like that, pal, says Jerry Nicol. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, listen, guys, let's be honest. It's quality on here. Anybody that says it's not can go away and do one, you know, because there's nothing on the internet to touch this, I assure you. And we need to get the word round and get these figures up. More likes, please. Can't believe how slow the likes go. I attended, Kareem is saying, right, we'll not be giving away the schools, Kareem, so there we are. But wonderful stuff and great to know. So there we go. Don't give away too much information or people will spear you. Do you know that one, Kareem? That's ask you lots of questions. There we are. Like last night was Fianna not giving it, where is it you teach? And all that stuff. Wonderful things. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've just joined us, you're watching Scottie McClue. We're live just for you. I'll just do one more post and I'll say Scottie McClue. There we are. Live now. Everybody will know what the live now. And you'll see guys that were quite small numbers-wise, but it's going up all the time. It's fantastic. Do you think Stephen McDonald on Coronation Street's an underrated actor? I think he's an outstanding actor. I really do, Fiona. Yes, marvelous. So there we are. In my opinion, there's so many talented actors on Coronation Street, but one of the finest actors you'll see is Roy, in Roy's roles. So there you are. It's wonderful. Absolutely. Yes, Steve McDonald, Simon Gregson. There was a football team mentioned in the Bible and a famous bike make mentioned. Do you know what they are? I do. Moses rode off on a Triumph. I don't know about the football team. You'll have to tell me. So there you are, Roy Cropper. What a man. Outstanding actor, Roy. You know, he just gets it right. Just underplays it there. Raleigh, says Jerry Nichol. No, I don't think Raleigh is mentioned in the Bible. So there we are. Glenn Peacock is getting everything sorted. Dinky-Doo, if you've just joined us, folks, you're watching Scottie McClue. We're live on YouTube just for you. Saturday night, nothing gets past me. This is the world's top talk show. I am the world's top broadcaster and the first lord of the internet and the world's most humble man. Whoa, fantastic. Right, we need to do more sharing, guys. There we are. Wonderful. The tweet. We haven't done the tweet. Oh, my goodness me. You love the tweet. Right. It was David rode off in his Triumph, and the football team was Queen of the South. Good one, Tony. Queen of the South in the Bible. Well, they'll be quite an old team, I would think. Shout out to Max. Hello, Max. Dinky-Doo. Welcome to Scottie McClue. Live streaming on YouTube just for you. This is what we like. More likes, please. Has everybody clicked the wee thumbs up? Could you all click the wee thumbs up? I need about 5 of you to do it. But I'll settle for a couple just now. Uncle Fred, who turned out to be Ashley's dad. I say Ashley's dad. Aye, that's it, Glenn. Fred, John Sevenant, wonderful actor as well. Do you remember Alec Gilroy? Do you remember when he ran the bar with Bet? Julie, was Bet Julie Goodyear? Have I got that right? No, Julie Goodyear was before, wasn't she? It was Liz Dawn. Was it Liz Dawn Alec ran the bar with? No, Liz Dawn was Jack. Yes, Jack Dotworth. Liz was Vera Dotworth. Do you know what the ice cream company in the Bible was? No, come on, Tony. You're going to tell us. I just know. Glenn, can somebody please answer Fiona here? Does anybody know this person and our lass? So there we are. He's always asking. I remember back in the 80s, I was in a lorry run to Cardiff, says Fast Pat. And I went on a night out as I had to stay the night, and I met June Brown, Doc Cotton. What a lovely lady she is, my claim to fame. And June knows Scottie McClue and has mentioned me. So there you are. What about that? Wonderful. June was very friendly with the late John Manning. And I gave John his first job at Central FM, Centre Sound Radio. Yes, Les Dawson and Roy Barraclough. Sissy and Ada. You can't see it, Sissy. Sissy and Ada. So there we go. Wonderful stuff. Yes, Bet. No, Bet was Julie Goodyear. That's right. So it was Bet and Alec, wasn't it? Wonderful. Is that right, Glenn? The Walls of Jericho. Remember in an RE class, and there was a boy who was not paying attention. He was looking out the window. And the teacher said, Anderson. Yes, sir. Who knocked down the walls of Jericho? He goes, sorry, it wasn't me. Brill, says Archie. I visited the Coronation Street studio a couple of occasions, says the wonderful Gordon Roddick. It was great meeting some of the cast. Yes, you got the Coronation Street tour, Gordon. And I stayed just along the road. I stayed out towards Salford because I worked at Media City, and it was 5 minutes from Granada. And I remember going on Granada reports. I was at Granada Tonight. I think it was Granada Reports. And I went on with the wonderful Lucy Meacock. And Lucy was presenting the program, and Scottie McClue was invited on. And they used to drop the mail down from up above. So they say, we've had lots of letters. And they would empty the mail bag. And all these letters came flying down. So we put on hard hats. So I put my bonnet on top of my hard hat. And of course, everybody sees you in television. It's very interesting. You meet people later that evening and go, saw you in the news tonight. You putting that flat cap on top of your hard hat. So there we are. Glenn says, nobody likes a show off Gordon, says Fiona. What's Fiona talking about? Gordon is a major star, Fiona. Gordon would be the very last person to show off. So there we are. Walls of Jericho is a wrestling hold. Yes, Fiona, I'll have to get you in that one. There we are. Spot on, the one who plays Alex's granddaughter, Chloe, is from Sheffield. So there we are. Fantastic, Glenn. I'll not give out the last bit, but that's wonderful. Miss a moment of McClue, you miss a moment of life. Indeed, Fiona. Whoever has McClue is the market. If Lou Grade were alive today, Scottie McClue would never be off our television screens. There we are. Fiona, no one shows off in the pod. No. And Gordon, gosh, if you knew Gordon, Fiona, he's the very last person that would ever show off. He's just a major talent. And that's it, you know. Our TV programs today, not as good as what they used to be. Comedy has died. Kareem, I think it has, because the best comedy writers, Galton and Simpson, who wrote Steptoe and Son, and who were our other two wonderful people off the top of my head that wrote Jimmy Perry and David Croft, Dad's Army. I think, do they do Allo Allo as well? All that kind of stuff. Outstandingly funny. Do you remember You Rang Me Lord? I liked that one as well. Guys, more likes, please. Like, sharing. Let's just have a minute to share. What time oh my goodness. We've been on an hour. It seems like 2 minutes. Brilliant program. Shameless, says Glenn Peacock. What do you think of Black Lives Matter, says Haru. So Haru, of course, Black Lives Matter, but I don't think we should just be saying that one group's lives matter. All lives matter. So I shall be supporting hashtag All Lives Matter. You see, I don't hold with black and white and brown and yellow and all these sort of things. To me, you can't have racism because there is only one race. Now, politicians like to divide and rule. It makes the population easier to control. But if we all get together and acknowledge that people are people and there is only one race, then we've advanced as a society. Yes? It's a wee bit like in Glasgow, you've got two football teams and they go, the other mob, they're a different religion to us. Now, they're not. They're exactly the same religion, but they're a different denomination. Yes? Yes, one group sees themselves as the originals. The other see themselves as the breakaway brethren. Benny Hill, I think Benny Hill was hilariously funny. And I think there was a naturalness. I don't think there was any sexism in all his stuff. It was the comedy was in it. It's a bit like Dad's Army is nothing to do with the Second World War. Dad's Army is very, very talented actors in a beautifully written sitcom or stand-up a beautifully written comedy piece. And they've taken a theme of the Home Guard. Now look how clean Dad's Army is in all its jokes. How funny it is, you know. Would you like another cup of tea, Private Godfrey? Oh, that would be so nice. It would be nice to have a cake. My sister Dolly makes lovely cakes. Would you like another cup of tea? Oh, dear. May I be excused? Because he's in his 80s, you know, and therefore he has a weak bladder. That sort of idea. He has to dash off. More likes. Just do it. Yes. What's that from? The Stewie was a good Scottish comedy. Well, of course, absolutely. Written by the quite brilliant from Lanarkshire. 2 seconds. Lovely, lovely man. Know him very well. Great friend of Ricky Fulton's as well. And he wrote The Steamy. Come on, help me out now. Wonderful man. There we are. Great actor. Was in what with Gregor Fisher? Yes. Oh, come on. Tony Roper. There you are. See? Goes back to me. Tony Roper. Wonderful actor. He wrote The Steamy. So there we are. Do you have a wife? Why do you ask, Haru? Did you ever watch Dinner Ladies? Victoria Wood, Fiona, outstanding actress. I went to Red Rose Radio. Victoria Wood was a director of Red Rose Radio, as was Russell Harty. So there we are. Poor Russell passed away. Can I Skype you, says Haru. Sorry, Haru, you can't because you're not on my trusted list for Skype. We had a wee naughty person who swore. So there we are. Tony Roper was in Rapseen Nisbet Gordon. That's what I was thinking with Gregor Fisher. Yes, absolutely, Gordon. Thank you for coming to my rescue there. When you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, Gordon, but when you're broadcasting live, your mind can go blank. It's crazy stuff. Glenn says, Scottie, Rangers Protestant, Celtic Catholic. They tend to be aligned in that way, but Rangers have had Catholic players. So there you are. Nowadays, football is changing completely because religion's changing. So I would like to maybe say at a Celtic game, should they start at the Celtic end with a short mass and a prayer? Would everybody attend? Should they say the rosary? That sort of thing. From Anderson, Tony Roper, yes, wonderful man. Very nice man. God rest Victoria Wood, Scottie. Now, she was funny, Fiona. Clever, talented lady, the Victoria Wood Show. Beat me on the bottom with a woman's recline. Can't do it. No more jokes, I promise. Thank you, Tony, just for a wee break. Can I Skype Scottie, says Fiona. Yes, but can you be trusted, Fiona? That's thing, not to mention names. I don't mean trusted. Big style. If Fianne Skypes, can you ask her what she means by do I know who? Fianne's not a she. Fiona is a he. So there we are. Hello there, friends, watching all the way from the Isle of Man. Hope you're well tonight, Scottie. Not watched you in a while. It's good to be back now. Angela McGlynn, am I right in saying Scottie McClue is massive in the Isle of Man from the Red Rose Radio days and Manchester days? Tell them, let them know, because I tell people that, away. There we are. And border television, you used to get border television in the Isle of Man, isn't that right? More likes, please. More thumbs up, guys. Can everybody give us a thumbs up? Can we all have a massive share? You know, we need to get sharing. We must get the figures up. If you ask Scottie, can you ask who our lass is? I know, but I don't want him mentioning names, you see. The Isle of Wight. So there you are. David Icke stays there. I've interviewed David, absolute top man. Very, very interesting. Couldn't go quite as far as he went, you know, but especially when it came to the monarchy and things like that, but I did thoroughly enjoy talking to him and had a great chat with him behind the scenes. Very interesting. Share now and like and just do it, says Fianna. Fianna, they were calling you a she there. I had to jump to your defense. Oh, Scottie, many people often speak of you up here. You have a very big fan zone. I thank you, Angel. Are you in the Isle of Man now? So there we are. Welcome back, Kareem, says Jenny Nicole. Kareem's not been away. Kareem's just given us another £1. Guys, Kareem has just tapped the dollar and sent another £1. Now, Kareem, you're very naughty. You're spending all your money on McClue. That's £2 virtually every night we've been on. The tweet, for goodness sake, the tweet, what's happening? What are you all like? Dear. Right, we'll put up some football stuff on here because they love that. There we are. Right, put that up. Good. Help me for the tweet, please, everybody. Come on, we need hashtags. Hashtags for the tweet. There we go. Off we jolly well go. Share now and just do it. So there we are. Angela, are you? Tell me if you're on the Isle of Man now. Glenn, do you know? And he mentions Jim and our lass. So there we are. Yes, Scottie, I'm still here. Couldn't leave here ever. It has my heart. Very big hello to all your followers tonight. Angel, what's wonderful about this is you're on the Isle of Man and we're broadcasting right round the world. And I had 2 international students of mine on earlier, one from Jordan. You know, it's fantastic. And we get people from Australia and what have you. And when this goes really big, you will see a difference, and it will. It does take time. We're only at podcast 19. So we're crumbs from the table. But if everybody likes and shares, if everybody subscribes, if we treat it totally different to anything else on the internet, you know, the Scottie McClue podcast. Do you know Dan, he owns a podcast like yours? I don't, Haru. Haru, you're asking all these questions. I don't know them. Scottie, I don't know who is Lass and who is Jim, says Glenn. No, I don't know what he's asking. We're distracting Scottie, guys. I know, I'm trying to get on with the tweet here. Fianna has just given me £1.99. Shout out to Fast Pat, drove lorries for 40 years. He's driven an Atkinson with a split screen and a Gardner engine, Fianna. Are you familiar with the Gardner? The Gardner. He is not sorry. His not is sorry about misunderstanding of Fianna being a man, not a girl. No, Fianna. It's not actually a girl's name, I don't think. The teams are like Celtic, Hibs, Motherwell, Dumbarton, Falkirk, and Blackpool. Do you want to put these up? So there's Rangers, Falkirk. You want Falkirk? It's where I went to my first football match. Super club. Motherwell, Dumbarton, Falkirk, and Blackpool. I'll put these up. Motherwell. Oh, here, hang on. Motherwell. And what else did we say? So we've got Falkirk, Motherwell, Dumbarton, and Blackpool. It's like the pool's on here. Give me your team and I'll put them in the tweet, guys. And the ones that know Scottie McClue very well are Man U. There we are. And Man City, of course. They're big McClue fans. They can go in. They all know Scottie McClue. I can go to any of the clubs, guys. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, says the wonderful. Glenn Peacock. Haru says you should look into him. He's cool. Thank you, Haru. Fiona says Haru is an infiltrator. Just asking stuff to add to the podcast. Good one, Haru. Fair enough. Sheffield Wednesday, says Glenn. Yes, I think I've got them, Glenn. I'll put in SWFC and Sheffield United. There we are. Anybody a big Liverpool fan? Liverpool and Everton. Put them in. And, of course, Arsenal. And we love Arsenal, the Gunners, all that sort of stuff. I remember meeting and interviewing Ian Patterson, creator of Rhapsody, but lovely guy and talented writer. Well, obviously, yes. Rhapsody was based in his days growing up in Govan. They have to have subtitles on English television. Yes, but I think that's a bit of a myth as well because, saying that you can't understand people if they're not from you, that's a kind of snobby thing that people do. Celtic 9 in a row, soon to be 10, says Fiona. Wow. Excellent stuff. Scottie, stop swearing. We hate Sheffield United. No, we don't hate anything, or we're shutting off an avenue of learning. Remember? So there we are. Excellent stuff. No, I haven't been there, Fian. Angel says, Scottie, could you give a shout out to my fiancé, Patrick Morris? We're meant to become Mr. and Mrs. today. Sadly, our plans had to be rescheduled till next year. We're both watching tonight. Congratulations to Angel and to Patrick. Now, let me tip you the wink. There was a question. I'm on Twitter, guys, if you want to follow at Scottie McClue. And there was a question asked in the House of Commons. I saw it. One of the tweeters was asking, could there be a provision from the point of view of taxation and the point of view of being married, some sort of arrangement, agreement, I'm a bit fuzzy about it, but look into this, guys, that you can have an agreement that you are married, and as soon as the COVID thing sorts itself out, you'll be going through the ceremony. So that's a possibility, and that can get you right if you're after of being officially married. All right, very important, because a lot of people held up and some people losing out on the pluses of being married, although a lot of married people would say there aren't any. Sheffield United much better than Wednesday, says Fiona. Fiona, I'm not trying to ruin the podcast. No, all right. Do you broadcast on Instagram, Scottie? I think I need more people to broadcast on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram at Scottie McClue 1, that would be great. And also TikTok. We can broadcast on TikTok, but I need about another 300 followers on TikTok. More likes, guys, please. Tell 10 to tell 10. Right, we need the tweet. The tweet's got to go. This is taking an age. What are you doing? Scottie. I'll put at Scottie McClue. There we are. Wonderful. There he is. There's McClue. Is live now. Is live now. Okay. And I'll put hashtags for live. And hashtag. Oh, I'll put the hashtag after it there. Oh, no, before it. There it is. And now. Can you hashtag now? Yes. Right, that's that. Any more football teams you want in? Just before this goes. Anybody, the Magpies, Newcastle. Anybody big on that one? Leeds. Anybody big on Leeds? There we are. Anything else? What about Aston Villa? Fantastic. And Birmingham City. There we are. Right, I think that'll do you. What else would you like to put in? Pop that in, and There we are. Now, we need a picture of McClue. What picture would you like tonight? We've got all this stuff. Scottie, you worked near the Wednesday ground. What did you reckon? Hillsborough. I was round the corner from Hillsborough. All beautifully modernised. So there we are. What have we got here? No, we wouldn't have anybody wanting to ruin the podcast. Don't be silly. Ayr United, St Mirren, Airdrie, Dundee United, St Johnstone, Inverness, Calais, Thistle, Inverness, Calais, Thistle. Okay, other clubs. Kareem's gone daft here. I didn't realise you're a football man, Kareem. We don't really touch it on here, as you know. Scottie, Barnsley for the drop bombs at Glen. I think I've run out, or I would have Rotherham. Yes, Rotherham. Hey. Do you think there's typecasting in TV dramas? The hard guy always seems to have a strong Glasgow accent. Yes, but you can change your accent, you know, you can, different accents. Haru says, yeah, but we don't go into that, Haru, remember? This is Scottie McClue, and we are live on YouTube, so we don't be talking about that. Will you be watching the football when it comes back on next week? No, I don't. Leicester City. Oh, wow. There's a team as well. Thank you, Haru. Very kind of you. But we'll not go into all that. Right. I nearly said to the telephones there. Right, I need to put up a photo for the tweet. Wonderful stuff. What would you like for the tweet? Did you see the big motor? Did you like that? The big motor. Hands across the sea. There we are. Hands across the sea. Then we have to say what picture to put up, guys. What picture would you like of McClue? I'll give you what I call the listener. It's quite a famous icon. Pictures of Scottie McClue are very, very famous images throughout the world. It's very, very amazing. Scottie says, Paul Mac, used to listen to you on Scott FM, brilliant nighttime show. So there we are. You once said, and he mentions, did I say that? You're very anti-gay. No, I've never been anti-gay. Never, ever, ever been anti-gay. But I did ask people. You see, there's a big difference to asking somebody. There's a big difference between saying we should and should we. So there you are. So that's the question. But no, I've never been anti-gay or anti any of these things. I just have a very clear opinion that people should not live a dishonest life, you know, from that point of view, because gay people used to have to live a dishonest life because it was illegal in this country, and now it's legal, and marriage is legal as well. Wonderful stuff. There we go. I've just seen a Stop Brexit bus. What about that, guys? Right, now, can I ask you, I need to get on to the tweet here, and you have to tell me. There we are. I need to get on to the tweet. Home. Oh, there it is there. Wonderful. Right, and see how that tweet's gone, and I will let you know. Was the listener what Bruce Forsyth based his famous pose on when he walked on stage? No, that's the thinker, I think. And there is a wonderful Scottie McClue picture of the thinker. Rodin sculpted the thinker. Les Battersby and Janice and Scylla and Chesney and Schmeichel the dog and Fizz and Kirk. Love them characters. I'm a massive Corrie fan. Fantastic. What do you think about what's happening just now about the guy that was doing all the abuse? So there we are. Is that all going to come flooding out? I ask you. I need to catch up. Anybody seen Emmerdale this week? So there we are. I know that they'd cut down because it was the ones. Thanks for correcting me on that, Scottie. Not at all. Which one was it I was correcting you on, Tony? There we are. Can't remember. Which one did you say? Which one did you say? Oh, my goodness me. Guys, can you believe it's 26 minutes past 9? Is everybody enjoying the listener? Yeah, the listener's different. Yes, Bruce Forsyth post. That was the thinker. Rodin's the thinker. You know? And there's a wonderful, as I say, somebody did a wonderful picture of Scottie McClue, the thinker. Right, let's get back on. I haven't been on to see all of you. Oh, yes, the tweet. How is the tweet doing? We need to know. We demand to know how the tweet is doing. Here it is. Scottie McClue is live now. Wonderful. And I'll pin it up to the profile. I think you can pin to the profile just to let everybody know on Twitter. And maybe they'll come on and join us. There we are. So I've put on Scottie McClue is live now. There you are. So, yes, Angel, if you go on to Scottie McClue's Twitter, scroll down, you'll see that question being asked in the House of Commons. Oh, yes, the listener, yes, and Rodin's the thinker. That's right. Here we go, guys. We are up the top. Now, what do I do here? Oh, my goodness me. You have to be at this all the time, don't you? You can't. This is not for the faint-hearted. There we are. Live broadcasting, live podcasting. All these wonderful people. Yes, you're absolutely right. So Paul Mac, no. I mean, as I say, I don't remember ever actually saying that. I meet a lot of people that say, but you said, and I didn't actually say that. I hope they don't vandalize Donald Dewey's statue. Poor Donald has had so many new pairs of glasses. Yeah, but they've put Donald up so he's away from the drunks. There you are. I'm surprised at ordinary people vandalizing Donald because he was a man of the people and he was a Labour man. And you would have thought that a lot of the people would appreciate that, you see. Right, let me get up the top, guys, to see if I can find out what is going on here. And I shall tell you how many people are actually watching the tweet. I can tell you. There it is. Right, now we've just tweeted. So I want you to tell me how many people have seen it. Have a guess. There we are. The Donald Dewey statue. Do we like, you see, a lot of the statues, as I said earlier, were actually raised by public subscription. So the people had put their pennies in. A bit like Scottie McClue's live stream on YouTube. People are clicking the dollar sign and putting the pennies in. Right, tell me, how many people do you think have seen the tweet? Last night's got well over 1,000. Glenn says there are some sick and twisted individuals out there, but I suppose it takes all sorts to make a world. Well, I lost my life savings to a con man. So there you are. So there are some very sick individuals. And I was working beside him. All sorts of things. I wonder if there's a statue of Keir Hardie, the Scotsman and founder of the Labour Party. Well, the Labour Party in Scotland have kind of wandered into the wilderness. Kareen's asking question mark here. Scottie, oh yes, what clip will you play tonight? Yes, Kareen, we need to do a clip. Right, just for your knowledge, over 250 have seen the tweet. And we've just done it within the last few seconds. 259. 261. And so it goes on. And that's the result from the tweet, 263. So, guys, follow at Scottie McClue on Twitter if you're Twitterers. And we'll get a clip up for Kareem. What would you like tonight, Kareem? Do you want to hear my book, Deliver Us from Evil? So there we are. Or is it maybe a little bit serious? Do we want a funny one tonight? There we are. We can put on a funny one. I might put on one, I'll tell you, which is quite interesting. Let's get ourselves on and see what's happening, because there we are. We're back. Sorry for leaning over at the side. I always seem to be leaning over at the side. Guys, more likes and tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. There we are. I'll share. I'll talk to you on, let's have some more comments here, because what I'm going to do, Fiona, thank you for that 199 and all the 199s. Very, very generous. Very, very thoughtful. I'll put, maybe at some point Gordon will Skype us, guys, and get him on. I'm just checking. How can I do this? I can't seem to get to the top. Well, there it's there. I've got top chat up, and we want live chat where all the messages are visible. Is that right? He says, funny, he wants a funny clip. Robert Scrimger. Yes, wonderful, Robert. What have we got here? Scottie, what happened? Did you report them? Oh, Glenn, all sorts of stuff. He went and did it again. The Duke of Wellington had a cone in his head for many years. They never called that vandalism. I think they called that creativity. That's kind of Glasgow. Anthony says, a funny clip. Let me think of a funny clip. What have we got? There's so many funny clips on here. There's quite a nice one. If you want one where there's a bit of laughter, I'll put SCOTTIE McCLUE, Edinburgh. There we are. Wonderful stuff. SCOTTIE Edinburgh. I'll put this chap up. This chap's actually very funny. Or I think he's very funny, anyway. And it depends if you think he's very funny. Oops, doesn't seem to be stopping it. Right, that stopped it. Good. Okay, I need to just do a wee technical thing, as per usual. Very technical here, McClue, you know. Not for the faint-hearted. Right, see if you like this guy. I think you'll like this guy. I'll just see if we've got some speakers. Here we go. 107, 107, if you've got something to talk about. I'm talking to Pete in Edinburgh. How are you doing, Pete?
I'm fine, Scottie. How are you?
I'm not bad at all, mate. I'm better for hearing you.
Oh, I'm better for hearing you. You're glistening in the airways of Scotland.
Are you loving it? Are you absolutely loving the show?
Oh, lovely, Scottie. Here's you back in the airways.
Back in the airways.
A bit foul.
McClue's come home.
Aye, definitely. He's my boy. He's my boy.
What do you want to talk about tonight?
I want to talk about Madonna.
Madonna?
Madonna.
Well, I thought you said something else. Oh, Madonna.
Not Madonna. No, I'm not talking about the kebab.
No, absolutely. I want to talk about Madonna. All right.
Madonna. Oh, she's a wee darling.
She's a wee honey, absolutely. She's just style. Have you got all her films,
all her films, all her DVDs.
Some of them are a bit fresh, actually, aren't they?
Well, that was 1978, but she's moved on since then.
They're a bit fresh.
Fresher in
I mean, knocking out the light bulb with a shoe, you know, that sort of stuff, you know. I thought, what's going on here? The missus was going daft, you know. I said, just leave it for a bit, mate, eh? I said, how come you never do that? She said, the big legs all over the place.
I see you've not lost your tongue, Scottie.
I lost my tongue, I'll tell you. It's a good job and all.
I'm listening to 107 now that you're on there, mate.
Listen, I'll tell you this. I promise you, Pete, this is some massive, massive mega radio station. You watch this lot blossom and bloom.
I tried to follow your wee snail trail, and then it disappeared, and now you're back there, which you
I'm back with my snail trail. How did you hear? Because we're trying to keep it a secret, you know.
I used to listen to...
Don't go telling the audience, but McClue's back. I'll just start phoning again.
I will tell everyone, I swear to God. I used to work with Susan Morrison.
Yes, wonderful.
Morning lady, brilliant.
She is funny as, isn't she? She's so talented, and she's an awfully nice lady.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I used to work with in the company she used to work with. I'm not promoting them at all.
No, absolutely not, but that's great.
Gorgeous lady, and she works somewhere else as well.
No, don't mention all the places she works.
I just tuned in my radio. I saw a wee TV advert with you on it.
Right, a wee splash of that, yeah.
I'm completely tuned in now.
You know, that's McClue on the telly.
McClue on the telly. He used to entertain me and have me in fits.
You just got a flash of me.
I to the doctors to get my medication.
Get your medication back. I phoned up the doctors. I said, stand by. I'm going to get one or two nutcases on here, so you better get your medication right.
You still got your bonnet?
Of course I've got my bonnet. I'll tell you, you don't think I was going to come to Edinburgh with a hat?
So where have you been hiding, man?
I wasn't going to wear my old Bobby's helmet. Oh, no, I've been away down south.
Oh, no.
Oh, I've been in Yorkshire, I've been in the northwest of England, been in Yorkshire twice, been in Newcastle, you know, it's all that kind of stuff. And then I came back up and they put me on in Glasgow. So there we go, a wee clip there, wonderful stuff of the YouTube. Get yourselves on, because I found out there's 783 videos on this YouTube channel for you, Dinky-Doo. So there you go. So you can't go wrong. Here we go. Kareem. So there we are. Book or funny clip? The book, yeah, I don't know. The book is a great listen, but maybe it's more for a book at bedtime rather than just for the live stream, Kareem. The Duke of Wellington had a cone in his head. Yes, that's right. We did that one. YouTube Scottie. Yes, absolutely. I know the one you mean, Paul Mac. Wow, you have changed, Scottie. No, not at all. Just different. The world has moved on, you see. One good thing about current circumstances is not having to watch Ant and Dec. And I'm a celebrity. Oh, Tony, everybody loves Ant and Dec. There we are. Scottie, I think you're forgetting that you said, no, we're not forgetting any of that stuff. So there we are. It's all good stuff. Posted it on a link. That's right. Yes, but maybe we don't want to go back over all that old stuff tonight because we're moving forward. Get it? Can I have a shout out, please, says Kieran. My house is roasting and I've got my sleeves rolled up. If you've just joined us, welcome to Scottie McClue's live stream. Yes, you can have a shout out, no problem at all, Kieran. And I'm glad that you've got your sleeves rolled up. Well done, fantastic stuff. So there we go. Do you like the clip of the evening? Because Jerry the other night said, no, we like to talk live, but we talk live. Remember, we're on for 2 hours. Now, is the 2 hours too much? But you can dip in and dip out, of course. Should we cut it down to an hour? Should we increase it to 3 hours? You know, there's all that sort of stuff. You tell me, because this is your stream. More liking, please, and more sharing. Very, very important. If you've just joined us, wherever you've joined us from, and you're an alien life form from another planet, you've never heard of Scottie McClue, can I welcome you to Scottie McClue's podcast, streaming live on YouTube just for you, Dinky-Doo. Excellent stuff. There we go. Can I have a shout out from my girlfriend, Erin? Says Kieran. Yes, you can. Anthony says, another great show, entertaining and educational. I'm off to bed now. Good night, God bless. Whew. Early to bed, early to rise, Tony. Are you up early in the morning on a Sunday? Fantastic. Tony's off early, I can tell you. Ant and Dec are pure legends. Part of Scottie McClue. I think so. I love Ant and Dec. I think they are fabulous. Scottie, do they think women are terrible drivers? I know a female HGV driver still wants to meet you to give you a piece of her mind. Yes, well, I think that women are trained differently in their, or not even trained. They just think in a different way. And I'm sure it's to do with protecting the family from that point of view. But Paul Mac, I can see what you're doing. You wanted to go over all the old YouTube stuff individually, but that's what the channel's for. People can go on that themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? So there we are. Tony is away, says Kieran. Yes. And no, I don't think he's a Marine man. So there we are. So I don't think he'll require that. Excellent. Kieran, you need to watch what you're saying on here. There's a lot of young people watching. You know, you've got to remember your manners, I say. Wonderful. What have we got here? Graham says, Scottie, when you worked on Nation Radio, do you remember who phoned you? He was a funny chap. David's brilliant. I still see him occasionally on social media. And it'd be quite good if he came on here. He could Skype. You see, he could Skype in and let us know what is what. That would be fantastic. Right, let me just get this lot up again. Some very, very good clips, Kareem. I think you would enjoy it. There's an absolute belter I would quite like to share. And Ant and Dec have got such a good rapport between each other since they go back to Biker Grove. And they've such a bond, they're like brothers. Absolutely, well, they're very, very good entertainers. And they've kept together with Ant and Dec. Wonderful stuff. We like that. So there we are. There we're up there doing good style. Excellent stuff. What else? Ant and Dec. Wonderful stuff. We like that. So there we are. There we're up there doing good style. Excellent stuff. Graham, I've got an absolute belter that I might share with you, actually. Scottie, who's the handsome chappie in the right on the black and white photo? That's me, Glenn. So there we are. Can you see it there? Yeah, so you can see that one. And the one behind is the dog. That's Lord Reith, the dog. Fantastic stuff. Now, have we told everybody we're on? I'm just going to do one more share. If you can all do the same, guys. Share, because people join all the time. We had a guy on Facebook, social media said, Scottie, that's the third time today you've shared that. I said, yes, because people haven't seen it. It's not all about you. You know, so we need everybody to share. Everybody to like. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, from a fellow Scot, says Eddie Smith, originally from Glasgow, but now live in Newmarket. Now, have I got Newmarket is down at Cambridgeshire? Have I got the right racing from Newmarket? Am I right? Tell me more, Eddie. Type in 3 hours, please, says Magnus Hunter. We want another hour, Scottie McClue. Saying it might come to that as the days go on, guys. Who knows? So there we are. I shall just put are you watching the World Stop Talk Show? Talk show right now. There we are. And we'll maybe get some feedback on that. Are you watching the World Stop Talk Show right now? And I'm going to send this one into the Facebook. See what goes on there. So there, if everybody can share. Play a brutal clip from Scott FM days. I know the one, but I think you might be scared to play it. Paul Mac, I'm not scared of anything. Nothing scares me. I was obviously a bit scared when I lost my life savings and I realised what had been done to me. I wasn't scared. So there we are. So there's no being scared. Absolutely not. How old were you in the photo? Not the one with Lord Reith, the other one. So there we are. That one there. I was 36. That's 28 years ago this week. There we are. Isn't that just amazing? So no, Paul Mac, we don't want to be too brutal. So there we are. These clips are there for every day, as I say. But I do have one that I might just play you, which I think was an excellent call. And I'll just see if I've got it. And it was a genuine cry for help from a guy that had enough. I think it's an outstanding call. If you'd like to hear it, you'd be very welcome. Here we go, guys. Are we all listening? I did put the speakers up. It's Kenny, yeah. Hello, Kenny.
Hi, Scotty.
Hello, son. How are you?
I'm not too bad. A wee bit up to high though.
Are you up to high now, Kenny?
Aye.
Right, go on. Why is that?
My first time caller, Scotty. I'm a wee bit nervous.
Oh, listen, what are you nervous of, son?
I'm just speaking from the radio.
Well, don't worry about that. I do it every night, and it's fine.
Listen, I've heard you a few times. The first time around and recently since you came back on air.
Of course.
And I've heard you giving advice to certain people if you can, if it's possible.
If we can, Ken, yeah.
Now, I'm getting married in the near future.
Well, damn it.
I had a big fight with my fiancée this evening.
I'll give you leaders of the clap there. That's just a wee bit of encouragement. The studio
Much appreciated.
the studio audience obviously approved of you there.
World of good.
Now then.
Now, I had a wee falling out with her this evening over something that's a wee bit silly.
Just before you say, when did you say you were hoping to get married?
I don't want to divulge too much information in case anybody knows who it is, you know.
I shouldn't think they do. There's 60 million folk could be listening. Wouldn't you worry? What?
About 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Right, go on. So, falling out. Tell us a bit more.
My parents don't really give her the time of day, Scotty, and it's been quite difficult for us. Under a wee bit of pressure.
Do they think she's not good enough for you?
I don't know what the problem is, Scotty. They'll just...
I mean, you can be honest about it. If that's what they think, that could be the thing.
Probably.
So they think,
I really don't know.
Nobody's good enough. Are your parents quite proper people?
No, that's not... No, I wouldn't say that. No.
You know, I mean, do they sort of, have they got very high standards?
I think he's just set in his ways, Scott. He's a wee bit old-fashioned.
Well, you're old man.
Aye.
What
to deal with.
What age are you, Robert? Sorry, Kenny.
I'm 30.
30, all right. So you're not just a wee bairnie.
No, we've been living, my fiancée and myself have been living together for the past 5 years.
Oh, right. Oh, well, heavens. Now, listen, can I tell you what I think's going on? Well, you tell me a bit more, then I'll tell you what I think's going on.
I mean, how can I explain it? It's a wee bit hard to explain. I'm not really talked to anybody about it before, that's why.
Well, you're doing very well with it. You're doing very well with it. We're getting on fine, aren't we? You and me?
Both different religions, right? I'm one and she's the other, and my dad, I think, has got a bit of a bee in his bonnet about that.
Right.
So I think that's maybe part of it.
And what, are you a Protestant?
No.
You're a Catholic?
Yeah.
And she's a Protestant?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I don't have a problem with that. I was brought up a Catholic, but I'm not a practicing Catholic for the past 14 years or so since.
Right. So you haven't had your nose inside a church?
On occasions, when I have to.
Right.
It was actually forced on me when I was younger, and I took offence to that and said,
Are your mum and dad both Catholic?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why he's quite a strong Catholic.
Yes, he's devout.
Which doesn't help matters as far as the relationship, and I think a thorn between us, myself and my fiancée, it's always causing hassle and grief and upsetting both of us. We end up having a go saying he's doing this and he's doing that, and I say, well, I love you and I love him, but I don't like him, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. That doesn't mean we can love someone but not like them.
But he's just too much sometimes.
A lot of people love Scottie McClue but don't like him.
I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, if you like.
Well, you are a little bit. Now, the only thing is, you're 30 years of age.
Yeah, I'm a big boy. I'm ugly enough.
You're very much a big boy, yes. You're ugly enough, big enough, and you're probably very good looking. And your fiancée, what age is she?
She's the same.
Right, and you've lived together for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know each other very well. Do you love her?
I do.
I absolutely adore her.
I die for her.
To worship the ground she walks on.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Does she love you?
I think so.
Does she absolutely adore you?
Yeah,
Right.
I hope so.
Now, what was this silly falling out over then? Forget your father at the moment.
Took my father and my brother to do a message and get stuff sorted for the wedding as far as suits go. Now, I was late getting back, unfortunately, and I'd phoned and said I was on the way, and technically I was sidetracked somewhere else beforehand.
Of course.
I never explained myself very well, and I should have done a wee bit better, I suppose, but caused her to get upset and worry about me, thinking maybe something's happened.
Right.
So I came home and she went off on one. So next thing we're at throws with each other, shouting, screaming, throwing things off the wall, you name it was happening. And I just thought, right, go just now. I'm just sitting in the car,
that's fine.
in the middle of nowhere,
That's okay.
trying to get my thoughts together, and I thought, right, I'll phone Scotty.
No bother, you're more than
He's got a
welcome.
head on his shoulders that might be able to give me, but
two heads are better than one. They say a problem shared's a problem halved. If you tell the wrong person, it's a problem doubled.
I know.
Now, the thing is, what we're talking about here, Kenny, is you've got 6 weeks to go to get married.
Yeah.
It's quite a big step. The two of you have left it, you know, till you're 30 years old.
Yeah.
It's quite a big step, but you know each other well. You've been together for 5 years. Have you had these sort of tantrums before from her?
Okay, we're always, the Barneys are always good ones, you know what I mean?
A wee bit of a Barney, right. I mean, all couples usually have rows now and again.
Well, if you don't have a row, there's something wrong.
As long as the making up is just as much fun.
Yes, so very much so.
What I think here is that she's getting a little bit anxious over the wedding because it's nevertheless still a big day. Yes?
I mean, everything's virtual.
Also,
yeah, it's just logistics, but I think...
Your father will be very clever about trying to see if he can invoke some sense of guilt within you. Not about the fact that you're getting married, but the fact that she's not of his faith.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
And that you have let your faith lapse.
Yeah, I think that's a big
He would love to see. Now, is your mum still about?
Yeah.
Yes. And
she doesn't have that. She's not.
She's not interfering.
No, she's quite happy.
Right. So the old dog is trying to have one last go at the young dog before he staggers off into the wilderness.
I mean, I put my foot down a wee bit.
Sorry, I'm sorry to be hard on your dad, but you got to tell me you put your foot down.
Somebody's got to be. I'm crying and I just can't get to grips with him at all. He'll just not listen to me.
No, well, the old dog is having a last go at the young dog, as I say, before he staggers off into the wilderness and lets him take over the territory. So you're just about there. You've got 6 weeks to go. Now, if you two leave your father out of the equation, I would imagine he's quite a powerful personality.
Yes, he's very stubborn and strong.
Yes. That's fine. So are you. You see? That's the whole thing. It's just that when you get a direct challenge like that, it means that you are carrying the shecht for the rest of the family.
Aye. It feels like it's something.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because you sound like a very, very nice guy. And I would think one of the reasons you've left getting married to a little bit later is that you wanted to establish yourself and to find out just how the land lay in life.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. Yes. And having found that, they will be a little bit envious of your newfound freedom and your independence. And your independence together with your fiancée. So,
I love every bit.
Of course you do. And I listen, and I have no doubt she's on to a very good thing with you. She's just wondering also if she can control you. Because sometimes they take your warmth and your kindness, right, to be a bit soft. That's what it is.
Anything for a quiet
Absolutely. But there's a wee misunderstanding within them that they mistake your warmth and your kindness and your goodness. And they also wonder, how can he have that if he's not devout in his faith? Do you see what I mean? So the true you, never mind the kind of physical attributes, if you like, the true you is a thinker, is a very deep character, and is a man of independent mind. Now, do you know the song, A Man's a Man for All That?
I've not heard it for a long time.
Not for a long time, but there's a bit of it that goes, the man of independent mind lives and laughs at all that. You see? And you do a bit of living and a bit of laughing. And the one thing I can assure you, because you're talking to another man who's very similar in his outlook in life, and the one thing I can assure you is that people that take themselves too seriously won't like it.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see, because you will appear to get on just as well as them.
I mean, I've got a good job, I've got a nice house.
Yes.
I mean, I'm doing well, I've worked hard for my life.
You've worked hard and you will continue to work hard.
Yeah.
And you will meet a whole variety of emotions, Kenny.
Yeah.
A lot of them based on the green-eyed monster.
Oh, I know that. I mean...
You see, because the one thing that they would like to take off you is your independent mind. In other words, that boy needs a good walloping, you know, until he sees sense.
And you have seen sense. You are an original, you're an independent, and that vexes people who are control freaks.
I mean, before I met my fiancée Scottie, I did the bit. I smoked, I drank, you name it, I was on.
Fine, you tried out a bit of life.
Yeah, as a young man.
It's not the end of the world.
No.
And you've given all that up now.
Yeah.
And you're wanting to get on and build your life together.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she went off on one, I would think, because she thought she could get away with it, and also because she was very anxious, right, that you were out with your father and your brother. Now, you see, she will also be trying to get a wee bit of control of the situation. But no one, right, can actually get inside your head.
No.
That's the whole thing. And nobody can steal your independent mind and your independence of thought. And that's your gifts. Nurture them and love them.
Yeah. I mean,
love yourself.
I hate this keeper shouting and screaming at each other. It doesn't get anybody anywhere. It just gets them more people upset.
Of course it does. Of course it does. I mean, does the old man try it on as well?
He's
shouting and bawling.
He used to. I'm bigger than him now, so he doesn't take his chances.
Well, that's the thing.
Mental rather than physical.
Well, he tries that on, but you are the king of the jungle. Support your own thoughts, support your independent mind. That is why people love you, right? But don't carry too much of the shit for everyone else.
No.
Because that's their lives that have caused that, not yours.
No.
You've never done anyone any harm.
No.
You see, that's not your style.
No.
So be thankful that you are you. You're very lucky. You have many, many gifts. And your fiancée knows this. That's why she's absolutely adores you. She's besotted. So I think once you've, had a nice thought and enjoyed the freedom of your time, I think you want to get back up and see her and say, how are you now? Have you calmed down? Do you want me to come and talk to you? Give
her a phone first.
And I shall explain things to you. Give her that, and then go back and enjoy your time together. And don't let others interfere in your life.
Much appreciated, Scottie, for your help.
No bother. What you've got is very valuable. It's actually priceless.
Yep.
You can't put a value on what you've got. It is a tremendous gift. And I say to you, Dinky-Doo.
And Dinky-Doo you, Scottie. Many, many, many thanks.
And many thanks to you. And listen, all the very best for the wedding. And if you want a wee chat, we're on at the end of the phone.
Cheers, China.
God bless you, China.
Hey, buddy.
Dinky-Doo, bud.
Dinky-Doo,
see you, mate. Bye now. Bye. Right, give us a call as soon as you possibly can. We're still down the door.
Right, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it's quite a long call, but it's very, very interesting, actually. Now, what have we all been saying here? So there we are. Yes, Eddie Smith says Dinky-Doo got it from a fellow Scot, originally from Glasgow, but now living in Newmarket. Magnus Hunter says 3 hours for the show, please. Yes, near Cambridge, says Eddie Smith. Good for McClue. I was getting that one right, Eddie. How old were you in the photo? Well, we've done that one, Glenn. Now, hashtag, pardon me, Stuart Clark says, hashtag the voice of YouTube. Well, we like that, don't we? I'm going to make a wee note of that. Hashtag the voice of YouTube. I'm about 15, 20 minutes in a car from Cambridge. Newmarket's a nice town. The horse racing's a big thing here. Very nice. Cambridgeshire too. Very flat, but very nice. I've missed most of the show up at my daughter's taking the Cocker Spaniel out. Catch the show later. Hear you tomorrow. All the best, the wonderful Betty McIver. Betty, I would rather the Cocker Spaniel got a good walk than you were stuck listening to McClue, but I know that you will listen in. Stuart, you put the music too, the words for the jingle. Hello again from our big friend. It's Scottie McClue from 8 till 10. Hello again from our big friend. It's Scottie McClue from 8 till 10. We love it. Thank you, Jerry. Good evening, Scottie, says the wonderful David Taylor. Good evening, David. Lovely to have you with us. Scottie, I just had to bring some of the old brutal stuff up low. You're a legend, Scottie. I'll calm it down with the old stuff. I still want to know where I can get a McClue's pie, though. Keep it real. Absolutely, Paul. Yes, no problem. I do understand. Everybody hankers for the full bit, but the radio people won't go for it. Do you see what I mean? So what's the point in me having all that talent if the radio people won't put me on? You know? Did he get married, says Kareem. I hope so, Kareem. We didn't hear. Did you like the call? Do you still wear glasses? Yes, I do wear glasses. I've got some modern ones, but I can't see a thing as soon as I put them on. There you go. Because short-sighted, so I'm looking at the close stuff. Scottie, I'll say good night. Speak tomorrow. Good night to everyone else. Yes, good night to all of you guys. It's been an absolute privilege. Sorry about that. I've got the wrong teeth in. That's it from your poet, Mr. Jerry. Jerry Nicol, that was excellent. Very, very good. We love it. Guys, we're out of time. I'm going to have to dash off. Do you like the feature call? You must say, you must give me feedback, because I only want stuff in the stream that you like. I don't want a second of you thinking, oh, no, I can't be bothered when he does that or when he does this. And it's important. Your feedback's very important, Jerry, because I know you said, no, don't put clips on, just have the live stream. Can I have more likes before we go? Can I have 3 more likes before we go? Robert Scrimger, top man. Thank you, Scottie, for another good night. All very positive stuff tonight. Sorry for bashing the other night. We don't do that. No, we don't, Robert. We don't do that. I love the feature call, says Kareem. Well, that was an absolute cracker tonight, Kareem. You know, we'll see when we get some. Did you like the laughing guy from Edinburgh about Madonna? There we are. Yes, says TB. Scottie therapy, says Magnus. Well, Magnus, as you know, these were the kind of calls that just came in one after the other when Scottie McClue's Nightline is on the go, and still would. You know, I remember saying to the late John Myers, do you think the audience would come back? He went, instant, he said to me. So there we are, just straight back. Very handsome, Linda, says Scottie. So there we are. Glenn, there we are, yes. Love the feature calls, Scottie Therapy, wonderful stuff. Can I have 3 more likes, please? So I need 3 likes right now before we go, guys. Very, very important, because we're into injury time now. Anybody giving me a like, please? I'd like 3 more likes just before I go. So if you can see the little like button and you haven't done it, if you can just click like, that would be great. And if 3 of you do it, that would be even better. Fantastic that. You're keeping the beard, Scottie. We don't know, Glenn. We'll see how long the lockdown goes on. You know, I might actually just give it. What do you think? Does it make me look ancient? The only thing is it's quite blonde. There's a wee touch of ginger in there. Do you see it? Wee touch of the salt and pepper. And I'm actually getting quite grey now. So there we are. Any chance of any more likes? Is anybody watching that hasn't actually clicked like? If you can do it, great. TB says, I remember you talking someone out of suicide on Century FM. Yes, I can remember I was getting grilled on Radio 4. And it was interesting. A guy from the media was grilling me about it and saying, you do this and you do that. And I said, look, if we've saved one life, then it's worth doing. And of course, I get credited with saving several people's lives because we just sit and have a chat. So there you are. So it's no claim to fame or anything. It just goes with the territory. Silver Fox, Scottie. Yes, I put on Silver Fox, Glenn. My own personal dye, a bit of Silver Fox on there. Excellent stuff. You can't go wrong. I say to people, I'm actually jet black in my hair, but I use a dye called Silver Fox to make me look older and a bit more distinguished. Wonderful. We love that. We've had a fantastic number of wonderful people on tonight, guys. Brilliant. Anybody can still like the stream. It'd be nice to see 3 more likes. 3 of you. Can you guys see the likes up there? Can you actually see them as you're watching? Can you'll see the little thumbs up, and if you could give me that, you go like the stream. Fantastic. First thing we do. Right, is it pushing off time? 100%, says TB. Top man, 100% to you, TB. Tremendous stuff. There we are. Anybody going for the likes? Anybody going like, do you like? Because, guys, treat the Scottie McClue podcast stream, the live stream on YouTube, treat it totally different to anything else on the internet. This is very special. And being part of it is very special. And I feel being part of it is very special. I feel very, very privileged that you've got me in your homes, live on the internet. I feel very privileged that we all get together at night and that we chit-chat. And as I say, as soon as you feel you've had enough, I'll chuck it. You know, it's not a problem. So there we are. Dinky-Doo, take care, big man. This needs to be made mandatory by our government. Every day should be watching Scottie McClue. Well, so we need the likes. And guys, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe so that you're part of it. Then you'll get the notifications. Oh, and remember to tap the bell. Very important. And then spend a bit of tomorrow just sharing this with all your pals, all your gaming pals, every day throughout the internet. Share. Scottie, it appears you've helped a lot of people on air over the years. You're a good man. I just sometimes miss the old crazy non-censored stuff. So do I. I could say I'm missing the 90s. Great clip that, Scottie. Yes, the bananas clip. I know. But my problem, Paul, when one of the radio bosses then plays it and goes, why, I couldn't take a risk with that, Scottie. And you say, you're not taking a risk. I have had one complaint upheld in 28 years, and even that shouldn't have been upheld because the word was used properly. So there you are, that's something. Somebody's given me a like. Excellent. 2 more would just make my night. So there we are. Yes, I mean, I think we've saved lives over the years. So, I mean, the Scottie McClue show has been well worth doing. 50,000 hours of live, unscripted broadcasting. You know, that's not bad. I've liked to Scottie. Yes, you got him and us laughing our heads off. Fantastic. Yes, we used to do a lot of that. So there we are. 2 more likes and we are laughing. I thank you. Right, I've just seen that we're actually out of time, guys. We're way over time. We're into injury time. Thank you very much. Take great care of yourselves. Have a wonderful, safe and peaceful night. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy being you. It's a great thing to be. So there we are. Scottie is like Marmite. You love him or you hate him. How could you not love this lovable rogue? Absolutely. There we are. I've liked the Scottie. Yes, you got us laughing our heads off. That's it. 1 more like to go, and we are laughing. 1 more like to go. There we are. Fantastic stuff. From me, Scottie McClue, to every single one of you, thanks for watching, and Dinky-Doo. See you tomorrow, by the way. 8 o'clock sharp. Don't be late.